Now, the Executive Director of Inclusive Technical Group, Dr. Millicent Agangiba, wants African governments to develop an action plan to enhance digital rights and inclusion of persons living with disabilities. She also called for a robust internet governance and policy framework to maximize the technological possibilities for people with disabilities.
1 billion people around the world, representing 15% of the population, experience some form of disability. Under the theme Towards a Digital Inclusive and Right to Respect in Africa, the 9th edition of Paradigm Initiative's Disability Rights and Inclusion Forum deliberated on issues plaguing the digital sphere in Africa, including data privacy, disability rights, and ICT.
We know nothing really works in Africa when we say the government, so we need CSOs, NGOs and partners to come together to build a coalition, and we can work towards a digitally inclusive Africa.
We have AI tools where we have speech to text that have to help them to navigate. We have other technologies also that made it easy for them to kind of hook up onto the internet, and then that is how we get them involved. And with their data also as well, that is also being generated about them. Those things also have to be covered in terms of the Data Protection Act once we kind of get them involved in the usage of the internet.
Although there are policies on digital rights in Ghana, some persons living with disabilities say it has not been designed to address their varied needs.
You don't have a policy that specifically says make the website accessible for the visually impaired. We have, hearing impaired people. We have people who cannot even touch, so cannot type. So can we have voice input services? Some of these policies need to, capture things like that.
Sometimes it's difficult to access information from the internet. And also there are even false news on the internet. And therefore, there are some of the languages that it's even difficult for us to understand once we visit them. And in that case, persons with disability have been rejected in that regard.
Executive Director of Inclusive Tech Group called for the proper inclusion of the marginalized in the digitalization drive of Ghana.
A country which wants to become a digital economy, it's very important that everyone is included. So I think what we need to do is to first of all build their capacities in the area of ICT, and so we need to have training centers so that they can learn new ways of adapting to the technology and still be well integrated to a digital society.
Speaking on the role of the media towards a digital inclusive Ghana, Major General Miriam Osei-Agyeman said technology could be used to harness the hidden capabilities of persons living with disability to function effectively if their special needs are integrated in the development and design of digital tools.
I think that going forward, it would also be prudent for media houses to have specific policies towards treating issues affecting persons with disability, particularly children. And I would say that if we make a conscious effort to ensure that on every children's program, for instance, we have a good representation of persons living with disabilities.
The forum was organized by Paradigm Initiative in conjunction with Inclusive Tech Group and the Ghana chapter of Internet Society.